Chrissy and Jim Jones, what in the entire heck is going on? We know she proposed to you and then you turned around and proposed to her, and we still have not saw a doggone wedding. But what we are trying to figure out is that Chrissy Lampkin has taken to Beyonce's internet, child, and she done dropped a cryptic message on Instagram, and she got social media users quickly wondering if the quote that she dropped was referring to her fiance of 45 years. Okay, now this is what we need to get into, y'all. Is Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones, have they finally called it quits? And if so, we got some information as to what has occurred and what possibly have been occurring, the reason why they have never, ever walked down the aisle.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
When Chrissy and Jim Jones appeared on Love and Hip Hop New York in 2011, now they were thick as thieves. Y'all should remember they were tag teaming Yandy and anybody else. But by the end of the first season, we know that Chrissy had decided to take things to the next level. And what did she do? She asked Jim Jones to actually marry her. Now, the moment left Jim Jones a little bit stunned, and social media was on fire because people was like, did she just ask him to marry her? Who does that? I mean, I'm not asking anybody to marry me, you know? But people were like, ew, who does that? What woman asks a man to marry her? That is doing a little bit too much.
What I wanted to do with my life. And I figured it out. I want to spend it with you.
What really was going on in this relationship for a woman to stand up in front of not only her boyfriend and his friends and family, to pretty much stand up in front of the world and ask a man to marry her? Now, that was the most craziest thing I ever saw. But what we later saw is that Chrissy left Jim Jones and she had moved to Miami. And this particular episode that you guys see on the screen is when Jim flew to Miami to propose to Chrissy, which I understand because Chrissy proposed to him first and Jimmy wanted to make it right, because women, don't be kneeling down or standing up asking no man to marry you. That is a man's place. So in this episode, Jimmy was definitely trying to get it right. But only one thing, we still never saw these two walk down the aisle. Now, there has been speculation after speculation as to why, but I have found some things that are quite interesting and very telling, and it's things that Chrissy is saying out of her own mouth. Now, y'all know sometimes as women, we can be very protective of our partners or just people in general. So Chrissy has sprinkled some things out just a little bit because it seems like she just doesn't want to come out and say what's really going on, because she doesn't want to be the one that ruins his career. But we're going to get into what the real issues are here, because she has told us time and time again, because one thing we should be able to agree on is that Chrissy, in fact, did want to marry Jim Jones, but the ball was always in his court.
My Jimmy knew it was time to do the right thing. It was priceless. It's beautiful, babe.
Now, I don't care what anybody says about Jim Jones and Chrissy, but Chrissy genuinely wanted to marry Jim Jones. You cannot fake those emotions, and the fact that she was willing to make a fool out of herself in front of the world lets you guys know that she definitely loved this man. Now, there have been sprinkles of abuse with these two. Now, before y'all start jumping to conclusions and thinking you know everything like y'all always do, let's just define what domestic abuse is. I actually had to re-look it up myself because I always thought domestic abuse was the actual of somebody hitting you, but that's not necessarily true. Now, domestic abuse is a pattern of behavior in any relationship that is used to gain or maintain power and control over your intimate partner. So let's clarify. Not saying that a person putting their hands on you is not domestic abuse. It can be anything that that person uses to gain power. And yes, people gain power by putting their hands on you. So I didn't say that it wasn't. But there has been speculation of some, sorts of abuse here. And maybe, just maybe, that is the reason why they never ever walked down the aisle. Now, most recently, Chrissy did take to social media, and this is what she had to say. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, is saying that this is a message sent straight to her 45-year fiance, Jim Jones. She said, "You and I both know you will never, ever find someone like me. Good luck trying, though. I'll have you replaced by tomorrow." So she's saying that you ain't gonna find anybody like me. And I believe it because that was one long relationship. And she's saying, listen, I will have me a new man by tomorrow. These are her words, and people are aligning this to mean this is meant to go straight to Jim Jones and Chrissy with their on again, off again relationship. Now, in terms of the domestic abuse portion, y'all, let's jump right into it.
Strong woman, and mommy, I want you to understand, by no means will she ever disrespect you in any way. For you, mommy, you don't understand a lot of me and Chrissy's dynamic when it comes to our relationship. It's like two parts. Like, her moving to Miami doesn't have anything to do with you or the family. Her moving to Miami has something solely to do with us and our relationship in a way that I can't get my together when it comes to my attitude amongst a couple other things.
I don't tell you everything because it's not fair, right? But he's done some, which made me look at my whole situation a little different. I'm still here, no matter what happened at that time. He's a grown-ass man. He's a good guy, but he's not perfect.
I just don't want to leave here the same way we came here.
Now, in that clip, you guys saw Chrissy explain, and not only did Chrissy explain, Jimmy explained it as well. And they said it's some other things that they can't seem to get right, or more so, he can't seem to get right. Chrissy also said she did not tell Jim's mom everything. So there are things that even his mama don't know. And that can be the very reason why they never, ever, and won't ever walk down the aisle. And is Chrissy protecting Jimmy from, talking about this type of domestic abuse? What is it that's going on in their relationship? Because whatever it is, she doesn't want to talk about it on camera, because we know these things does and will ruin careers.
Life. How are you feeling? Because your love life is a major theme right now.
My love life is steady. No new expectations. So there will be no new disappointments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. We've been together a long time, and it's familiar, it's home. And, it's not my focus right now. And that's okay. I used to think that when people say, oh, my relationship is not my focus, that it was a bad thing. No, that's understood that we're together. So now I'm focusing on me. What about?
And as always, guys, please make sure you like, share the video. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you are, please go ahead and enable your bell notification so you do not miss out on a video.